Frederica, do you train people on adapting different cultural behavior?
Not really. I am more interested in them understanding what the cultural differences are, maybe adapting their style a little bit to accommodate for that, but for them to be authentic, they can't completely let go of what their own cultural background is. That would take them years and years and years to do that authentically. But I do want them to be aware and potentially adjust what they say and how they engage with other people. So it's less about completely changing their behavior as to adapting to bring their audience in. And in my intercultural training, I also teach less about the do's and the don'ts, although that is part of it. It is really more understanding the bigger underlying cultural differences so that they can anticipate better. If I were to limit myself or limit them to just learning the do's and don'ts, then you have a finite list of things that you can think about, but it doesn't allow you to anticipate unforeseen situations. Versus having an understanding where that cultural preference is coming from and where it is seated, that will then allow you to respond creatively in a situation that you have never seen before.
And this is interesting because it's a parallel to what I do with accent modification, because we don't want to eradicate people's cultures. That's truly important, but for them to understand maybe where they might trip up or somebody might not understand them, and so they may modify certain parts of their behavior, but we're not trying to make everybody exactly the same, because that certainly would change the texture of the workplace if everybody were exactly the same. So it sounds like that goes along with what you're talking about too. I just do it with a speech, and you're doing it in many other ways as far as their working style, correct? Does that make sense?
That is absolutely correct, okay. Yes. And you don't want to lose the power of diversity. You don't want to lose the power of perspective, of different perspectives.